tell me something about yourself. Tell me a story about why you want to go to law school or something you've done. Where's the story in this?
Well, for me, for like law school, what makes me want to go is that the fact that my family, my parents immigrated to the U.S. And so I guess you can say that from them immigrating to the U.S., it was really hard for them to like find a job. There was a lot of like injustice. And so growing up with that made me realize that I want to go to law school because I want to be that voice for people who I guess you can say that people who are really not seen because they're not from here.
Okay, so tell me one specific injustice they faced and how it impacted you personally.
Well, I would say that it would be like discrimination. And so that had impacted me because I've growing up constantly, I would see people making my parents less. And so I feel like every human should be treated equally despite where you come from or the lack of like English that you speak. They weren't really ever taken serious because of that. And I just felt like that wasn't correct.
Is that something the law could fix though?
Well, not really, but what I kind of look at it is the way that the way that I look at it is like, okay, like the children down at the border, they don't really have a voice. They don't really know the language.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I think of it, it's like, okay, well, I'll go to law school and I'll go study like immigration law. And then I'll try and do what I can and help with them down there.
Okay, that strikes me as more reasonable because you're tying your personal story, or rather your parents' story. So we've still got to work a little bit more to keep it on you specifically. But then you're tying that to say, okay, well, immigrants face hardship, immigrants face discrimination. Although the discrimination my parents faced often was not legal in nature, it still relates to being treated like second-class citizens. And in current events, we see this happening notably with children at the border, undocumented immigrants at the border, facing hardships, being treated as lesser than. I want to help change the law to advocate for them.
Correct.
But still, part of the problem here is that you're talking a lot about your parents, and we still haven't dialed down to one specific instance of discrimination that you personally either experienced or witnessed, or at least you can point concretely to how it impacted you personally. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.